Good evening and welcome to the Wargaming.net League Extended Season Pre-Show. My name is Hector, joined here with Dekilzor and Mojo, and this is the first time you guys have got all three of us together on screen.
I'm disappointed because you didn't ask me for permission to go.
Well, you gave us permission when the show started.
You need to get official confirmation, like I need to say yes.
Well, you're too
And
late
that's
now.
why you will probably see the last time, the three of us together.
The last time we're asking Dekilzor for permission to start the show.
That's fine.
Well, we are starting the season now finally after quite some time off. I would say 2 and more months.
Someone didn't mute their phone, it sounds like. But we'll just gloss over that.
That was definitely you. That was definitely you, to be honest.
My phone's up there, it's not me at all. Right, never mind. Before we jump into talking about this season and things that are going to happen this season, let's actually look back on last season. European teams, obviously, because we are the European region, and Ding's fantastic run at the Grand Finals.
Ding, the champion of the season, of course, they were really challenged by Kazna here in Europe. I mean, they barely won the European Championship 7-6, but they did manage to get almost on the top of the world, being second only to Tornado. But Tornado was just another level there, man. Like, I've never seen plays like that.
Yeah, that was completely different. But then, to be honest, Grand Finals was kind of disappointing from Kazna. To be fair,
They
didn't even show up. Let's be real, they didn't show up.
They even lost to EL Gaming in the groups.
So they didn't even show up. But Ding was impressive, and then I think Oops actually did quite well as well for what they had a rocky season, and then they came to Grand Finals. They did really well. They impressed us against Tornado
and
as
then
well.
they ran to Ding after, so
yeah,
it didn't really work out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we still had 3 teams to represent us, so that was kind of okay for us. Tornado completely unchallenged there. I mean, even by guys like Navi or NSS and anyone. Actually, they met. It was just like a stomp, and a very fast stomp.
Yeah, I mean, we thought at the start that Ding was going to perhaps take something from them. I think they won the first 2 rounds, or they at least won the first round. But it seems to be that happens all the time with Tornado. They seem to they lose the first round and they just come back super strong.
But then again, Tornado lost the first 3 rounds against Navi.
That's true, yeah.
But again.
So, but yeah, for Ding it was an impressive run, and it all really got set up by the failure from Kazna almost, and then their impressive win against Navi in the group stages.
Well, it was rocky, it was fun, it was a super grand finals. Whoever didn't see those matches, you can always rewatch them. They're still there, and they're still viable because the format is rather similar. But we have some changes now.
Yep, indeed, this season is going to be slightly different. The key thing we have to say or talk about straight away is the show changes. Now, the shows we had last season were on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, this season, the shows are going to be on Thursday and Friday, starting at 7 o'clock. So me and Daki will be leading in later on this week. We'll be starting the first shows. And then also on Sunday at 5:30. So we no longer have a Saturday show.
Yeah, so 3 shows, 3 games per show. So that's how it's going to roll till the end. And I hope you're going to get quite some fun watching and doing those.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. Every show is going to have only 3 matches. We'll stick with the casters for all 3
well,
matches.
Well, let's say the minor change we have, but the bigger one in the league is we have a new format. It's 770, which means 7 tanks with 70 points, 7 tier 10s that you can use. Yes, they can play with 7 tier 1s if they want, but that's going to be an auto loss, yes.
Don't think we're going to see tier 9s or tier 8s, do you, Deki?
Well, maybe for some cheeky Dunny strat, but other than that...
We had a lot of changes, man, from before. We came from, like, first format was 742. Like, with 2 tier 1s and 5 tier 8s and 754.
Yeah, 754 came after.
So we had, like, 6 tier 8s and 1 tier 6 usually. And then we had the last one, 768, that can utilize like 1 tier 8 and 6 tier 10s or 2 tier 9s and 5 tier 10s. But this is, I think, more clear for everyone, especially now since we have a tier 10 lights. So they can be utilized much better, and tier 10 artists can be used now and whatever.
It's only a normal progression, I think. I mean, with the light changes and such, there's no more real role for tier 8s. They can't really do much against tier 10s either in WGL.
Well, after all, even the name of this season is like extended. That means that Wargaming already gave an announcement that they're considering the future format of the game. So we might see quite some changes in the future. Even we don't know what's going to happen really. But this could be a good hint.
Yeah, I mean, that is worth touching on as well. I mean, the season's called Extended Season, so we finished our regular season and we had grand finals. With this season, we're going to have a little run-up basically till the end of the year. We'll have a season finals in Katowice once again, and then there'll be an international tournament, kind of like a mini grand finals in a way that will take place in Moscow. And that's just, there is announced changes or planned changes for the Wargaming.net leagues. as yet undecided, but this is kind of like a filler league, if you like, to pass the time.
We have also one more change for this season for you guys. Like one of the maps went to history. We are retiring steps, and we are stepping in with Sand River. Will it be a good change or bad change? Steps were used mainly for the boost, but since this patch, it kind of became obsolete because you can't do them anymore. But never mind, steps is history. It would probably be a bit campy and long-played map.
Well, I'm gonna be like, you know,
even without boost.
I don't like steps because there's boost. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna remove the boost. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no more steps. Aww.
Oh,
Ah,
still gone.
Anyways, we are going to get Sand River with these two caps. As Ducky said, once everyone thought it's going to be a campy tactics, but this is very mobile map. We have all tier 10 tanks, lights that you can use, maybe even arty. So maybe offense from probably even both sides, like even when you're a defender, will be used.
Well, it's a national trend, right? If the defender can't win by sitting there, they have to push out. But the thing is that the attacker spawns kind of far away from the defender, so they have the control to like spot if they're going aggressive and punish it at every single moment.
What's going to be interesting for us, there are no precedent for this map. I mean, last time I really saw it played was on Grand Finals 1. It was a tiebreaker map in like old formats. And we saw something on Russian stream now when they were playing matches, but that's nothing. That's just start. So it will be all fresh. It will be all new. It will be all out of the box.
I don't expect to see it too much in the beginning, though. Like, to be fair.
Everyone needs to get a hang of it, but everything will be new for us.
Would you guys actually think about the change? Do you think it's something needed? Do you think we needed to change up the map pool, or do you think it was fine as it was?
I would rather remove Ruberg, to be honest.
There is different people don't like different maps. Steps was actually getting really dormant in one moment and kind of copy-paste of the tactics and long-played games. So I guess it was okay change to shift it. Ruinberg can be really aggressive, but that depends on the teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ruinberg was one of the maps that teams tended to avoid a lot of the time as well. Some teams just didn't want to touch it, but it could get very stagnant very quickly.
And if you don't know to play it, you can always ban it.
True.
That's how it goes.
True, and that is, some teams have that tactic. They'll just ban a map out all season. Now, coming into this extended season that we're going to do, we just had a big patch drop as well, patch 9.20, which also affected some of the key tanks that are played in the Grand Final, the Wargaming Leagues.
Yeah, I would say the biggest change was on I7. That tank is probably the icon of this game, one of the first one next to the mouse also. So they're still in a game, and they're both very used. I7 now getting buff in health from 2.1k to 2.4.
Yep.
Gun handling while moving, while just dispersal and whatever, aiming time, everything gets better. So snapshots are possible, but the only problem with this tank, even more, more engine power. But the only problem is because it has APCR ammo, so if you really want to pen through some hard armor, it's going to be harder than with heat.
Yeah, it's not the greatest long-range sniper, but like it will definitely get used now because the extra HP makes it such an annoying thing to deal with if you put it hull down in a good position. For example, I mean like Ghost on cap, you put it in the cap there, the turret, you're not going to get shoot at whatsoever.
Yeah, you can
with
even do a lot of damage.
You can do a lot of damage because you have the gun for it now. So I mean, the new IS-7 it is a beast.
It's a usable tank. That's what's important for us. It's not just a thing in a garage that's waiting.
It's back to one of those kind of breakthrough forward line tanks that they kind of wanted it to be, I guess, to have something to compete with the mouse.
Well, the IS-7 is the kind of tank that you drive into a position and you can hold it for a while until your team pushes up.
Yep. But then also we see a potential new tank coming in, well, a replacement tank in the Chinese tech tree, don't we?
Yeah, but that's from the previous patch. It was VZ1015A. It's probably the most OP tank we have at the moment. It's going to replace...
You like it, don't you, Daki? Look at that smile. Look at that smile.
It's a brilliant tank. Well, it's agile. It has brilliant gun handling. It's everything
it has
that
gun depression. It has alpha. It has gun
Chinese
depression.
tank with gun depression?
It has alpha. It's quick. Has a really good gun. It's just like almost the perfect all-rounder.
If you don't use rations, if you have just BIA on a crew and normal stuff like Vent and Remmer, you get like 9.25 reload with this gun, and it's 490 alpha guys average. Like that's brutal.
It's a beast,
and it does have heat ammo, so you can really pen through anything, and you can really it's mobile tank. It gets to his top speed rather quick. It's agile. It can go really nice left and right. Of course, not strongest, lower armor as all of the Chinese, but it does have that gun depression, so you can use it and position it really well.
On looking at the tank with the shape of it, you're going to see it used in places like where you see the T10 used when it was at tier 9, when that would get
It's going
brought
to
in.
be used as a rush tank, even for some elevated positions. I mean, this tank is all-rounder.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the 113 is going to go away yet, just yet, though, because like the
Stronger turret.
the 5A has the issue that the turret is just not like the 113's. The 113's turret is like the cupolas are more shielded, they're more back, so the 5A is more exposed. The 5A is like for going really aggressive, really quickly, and 113 if you just kind of want to hold a position, but you can put an IS-7 there also, kind of technically. But then again, I also want to point out to Raguk and Twitch chat.
Okay, because we're watching
my
Twitch
head
chat here.
is not getting bigger; it's just getting well shaped. Okay, I just want to put that out there. I am watching you.
It's good that you actually brought that up because we did notice earlier on that Daki's cap is held together on the very, very last clip.
That's all lies.
That's because
insinuations.
that's because it's a cap for 12-year-olds. Okay.
Okay, you stole a kid's hat. Is that what you're telling us?
He might have given it to me under certain circumstances.
Okay. So if you guys have, that's a fair point actually, if you guys have any questions, we are watching Twitch chat. We'll try to answer them. Please keep the questions clean. But, well, that is Twitch chat. That's not going to happen, is it?
Well, all in all, we should just focus on the tanks, I think,
Yeah,
Ryan,
yeah.
which
We'll
is
just
what
try
we're
and keep it
talking
going.
about. So the
Now,
next tank we have is Mouse.
Mouse, yeah. The Mouse, controversial tank, came in, got, like, overbuffed in a way, got, like, made a bit OP slightly. There it goes.
See, it was
That's
even
good.
even get some nitro there, so you can drive faster from the cap to cap. I mean, I expected actually that, not a nerf. It should get a speed buff. That's only it was missing.
It's going to get a 1 second, roughly 1 second reload time boost, nerf.
Decrease.
Spit that one out, Hector. Nerf, yep. So it's going to shoot slower.
Yeah,
and
other left. Hector.
It's also got its HP. It's really difficult when I don't have the LNR written on stuff to remind me. It's also got an HP nerf as well, so it's gone from 3,200 down to 3,000.
Yeah, it has some gun handling issues now, but it's still nothing horrific, and 200 HP loss. Some armor loss on the front-end engine deck, so you can get that on fire now easier. But still, it's a really strong tank. As Daki said, like when we were talking earlier, it just had too much of everything, so something had to be shaved off.
Well, the thing with the Mouse is I think it was just so damn bad when at one point in the game because everything else that got introduced was just better.
Back in the day, like 4 years ago, it was the thing you dreaded going up against. You were terrified.
4 years ago, they played against ISs.
Yeah.
I mean, you could beat the ISs up in a Mouse. So, like,
maybe.
If we're lucky. So it was so bad. Nobody played it at all. It wasn't used for almost anything because it didn't do its job. It didn't survive. And they were like, okay, let's give it a buff. And they might have gone slightly too far with that. And now they're like trying to bring it down. So we'll see how. With the so we'll see what happened with that.
We'll get onto that question. Yeah,
don't worry, guys.
Yeah, we'll get on to that. We're going to talk about the teams after we've talked about the vehicles, so don't worry about that. We'll talk about what happened to 7v7 Fame.
So we have a couple of more tanks that were changed, like minor decrease of frontal armor on Type 5. Nothing that is
260
really...
to 240, I think it was.
Yeah, it's just like 2 weak spots added. Then we have a buff on MX 30B. That could be interesting because it was used on Ghost Town before.
It's a big buff.
Very significant.
It's turret dispersion and its hull dispersion got buffed by 25%, which is massive actually for shooting on the move and turning, getting shots on the move.
It did lose penetration though, and it also lost shell speed.
Yeah.
So that makes up for it. The shells now feels kind of slow compared to what it used to be.
You're saying the turret's buffed, but as you pointed out, it still has that very easy to shoot.
It has a very enjoyable cupola.
Cupola.
Just like if you like AMX30B, you should also play M60. Both of them have this magnificent, really well-shaped cupola. It's
Are you
a
mastering
piece of
them
art.
both well?
Next subject.
Next topic.
Another thing I've got written down here that's potential is obviously we've had the introduction of new Chinese tank destroyers and they've got a top tier, but
we don't know enough about them. I mean, 750 Alpha, some armor and so on. We will see how will they be used. MX, new Foch.
Yes, the new Foch. You were talking about that in great detail earlier on, Daki. Want to fill us in on it?
I mean, we've had a 6-shot autoloader before. I think it's a great idea to add another one. At least this one doesn't have a rotatable turret. So
What's the worst that could happen? Yeah.
So like 2 seconds between the shot. I don't know.
You think we're definitely going to see that?
I don't like it because it doesn't have a turret, as I said,
The thing
and
is,
it doesn't have really any special armor. So
it's not
I don't
super
think it will be must.
overpowered because it has the big weak spots.
Just say yes.
And Daki, will you marry me? you make me blush, dude. But you know, I'm already taken, dudes.
Whoa. Thank you guys. Good night.
But yeah, like the thing with the focus, it still has those big weak spots. They obviously gave it more armor on the sides to prevent it from getting straight overmatched. Because before, when you saw a Fok 155, all you did was shoot towards the side. Because as soon as you see it, you can overmatch it. Now they've buffed that armor, but it still has the very big weak spot. It's like a good tank to hold the position with.
Yeah, if you turn the tank slightly, still you can pen it.
Yeah, but it's like the Focus is like an amazing tank to hold the position with because they can't really push you. And if they get close enough, you just peek out and deliver them 6 shots and be like, "What's up, dude?"
So we'll see. Maybe Danny will make some special tactics with
that. I mean, we keep saying Danny all the time. Danny Zek will be returning in some format with a team that we'll get to later on. But I mean, yeah, there's plenty of changes. I mean, something else we haven't actually really talked about here, but is included with the patch, was the changes to certain maps. We talked about it a little bit on Steps, but they tried to remove a lot of the boosts.
Yeah, the main change for us that really touches us is mines. Mains. So mines got serious nerf on the boost. The common ones that we knew from the previous seasons, where you can do a defensive here or offensive ones, it doesn't really matter. They are now in a problem. We're gonna see very soon how it looks because you can still climb on them, but the problem is with timing, and it's pretty much like this one is completely disabled, and it's pretty much a death trap now for most of them.
Mojo, I was so close to making an amazing joke there, but I'm being nice to you.
Here's a video. This is our very own Killzor making the climbs.
It's not. It's not perfect.
Take 50 was it? I think take 55.
I think it was like take 1.
Take 1. 1 and done.
So you can see, guys, here the main problem is you can climb, of course, but you cannot really do it while the enemy team is holding the middle. So probably in some later stages of the game, if you know it's under control, yeah, you can climb a guy up and get some control. This is from offensive side. This is definitely something we will not see in the start of the game because it will probably mean auto loss of 2 tanks in a start. You can do it even with solo, but it's super risky, and this is the only viable one that we might actually see.
I think we're going to see a lot of mistakes getting that one done, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure. No, this one is not that
I think that one's
difficult.
easy because wasn't the older one easy and lots of people messed that one up?
Yeah, but yeah, well.
We've seen a lot of special climbs between some teams before, but people practiced in the meantime,
Hopefully.
so it doesn't really count.
Yes.
Yeah, this one probably will still be used because you can so easily shut down like the eastern side from that one. So they can't go aggressive. So I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing that one. But like, yeah, all in all, some of them have been made a lot more difficult, less viable, but still possible here or there.
Now it's a question for me that always stays: is are they left intentionally, or someone just didn't know how to fix this?
I think it's I don't think they were left intentionally. I think somebody with good intentions has wanted to remove the boosts, but perhaps wasn't fully aware.
Well, if they're removed by next patch, you know who's the guilty now.
I wouldn't be surprised if it changed next patch. Dak, you were talking about the point that they were the terrain is also changed up there, so it's now
it's complete swampy terrain, so you slow down a lot more. So it's kind of intentional, but. You know, some people, there's always a way around, right?
There's always a way.
Do pro players have access to the
no,
improved equipment? No, they do not. So they don't.
It's forbidden by the rules.
But it's not just the equipment that they can't use. They can also not use any of the directives. So you have the equipment
no
and
directives, no improved. Like everything is as in a game without that.
So for the accounts, the players have accounts where every vehicle is unlocked. They have max crew skills and they can put any equipment on the vehicle. So everything's level playing field vehicle-wise. It's just
everything is maximum possible in the game, but this is not added. This is like decided that it will not be used, same as special prize tanks like Object 260, 907, campaign tanks and something.
I really think that we should allow the 907. It is a well-rounded and versatile Russian machine.
And 260 is very balanced slow machine, right?
907 has weak spots, but they're all located on the back of the tank, sadly enough.
Underneath the tank or something, probably, yeah.
No, because the first track wheel actually doesn't do any damage.
No reward tanks, just regular tanks in the tech tree. Premium tanks could be used, but now everything's going to be tier 10, so we're not going to get them. Format is remaining 7v7. That's actually a good point. It's remaining at 7v7.
So far, for the future, we don't know.
For the future, yeah, we have
This
no
is
idea.
why this is extended season.
Thoughts on that one?
15 versus 15, easy Katka for me.
15,
I don't know
15
for you, mate.
I hear both of you guys. I mean, me and Mojo are sharing an apartment this season. I can still hear you when it's just really, really clear when
Hey,
they're
sharing
doing
is scary, come on.
There's only one bed, dudes.
Yeah. What? You're the one living on your own, mate, on a couch.
Reminds me of home. Feels bad, man. Can I get a Bible top?
Streaming from the kitchen, right?
Can I get a Bible top,
From the
dudes?
kitchen, straight over to the fridge.
No, lately I've been streaming from the toilet, to be honest.
Oh my god.
Just landed wrong. It just landed wrong.
This is landing wrong.
Right.
Move on, move on.
Move on. Next topic. Right. Okay. We've covered a lot of the vehicles, changes to this season, everything like that. Other big changes is obviously the teams. This is the kind of core thing about the league. We have one new team coming up, and we have our 7 teams from last season. Kind of big change here already for Ding, isn't it?
Yeah, Positive is gone. He was their star player for a long time, but we noticed in the last season everyone that he's just underperforming, maybe not interested enough anymore. So they got new player from CS region, from Carpe Diem, called Senya, one of their main players, while Positive while Positive went to Eclipse in NA
I kept
region.
saying C9, so
Senya.
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 China.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Positive moving to, to Eclipse. It could be a good thing for him. It could be a bad thing. We'll find out. I mean, it's going to be a lot different for him with the ping and such. But then Isuba, it's the same lineup.
He's playing with the NA team?
Yeah, he's playing with Eclipse. But then Isuba, I mean, they've added Unji, who was in Fame 7v7 for like 2 minutes, I think, as well.
He was in GRS.
He was in GRS, and then he went to Fame, and then he went to Isuba.
Isuba is a Czech team who was positioned 6th in the last season, while GRS was 7th. GRS lost, and they are out of the league. Anji was probably their star player, so he joined here at the moment. We'll see how well they do.
It was a good move for him, to be honest.
Lineup again.
Yeah, he's one of these players you kept wanting to put into your fantasy team each week, but his value was just absolutely insane.
Unji in my fantasy team? No way, man.
He's really high valued every time.
I mean, this is the most interesting change out of all of them, to be honest.
We got 2 players highlighted, but there's also another player we want to talk about as well.
Kaizu should be in there as well, because he obviously went to Kazna for the grand finals. He didn't get to play too much, but like, other than that, he decided to go back to Gohard. Niall came back from Oops as well. If this was planned before or not, I'm not sure anymore. But then Stefan joined as well.
Huge.
So that's a huge thing, especially because he was the backbone of Kazna, in my opinion.
For the last 2 seasons, he joined to Gohard now, and Negative joined also. Negative was in Brainstorm from CIS. So this is a super strong lineup from Gohard. They have aspirations for one of first 2 spots, I would say, with this. And the only player, I mean, they have a potential to block anyone here.
Anything other than top 3 for Gohard will be a failed season.
I'd say top 2, to be honest. I mean, when you look at the lineup, you're going
to... I was being generous because something can always go wrong in the semifinals.
Players you don't see on this lineup anymore are Maga, who went to Impact Gaming in CS region, and Crooks, who was just a replacement player. He played only 1 match, I believe, 1 game even.
Came in 1 game and got wrecked. It was on Mines.
It was pretty much by Crooks.
It was just like he just could have played without him, sadly. It would have been the same effect. Kazna crew.
This is interesting as well, to be honest. Because
actually.
They've lost Stefan, and they added Algo, so 1 German for another.
One season they lost Ilian, next season they lost Stefan.
Lost their star players.
But they still made it work with a bit losing Ilian. So the question is, can this lineup
made it really well, man?
Last season.
Surprisingly well.
Can they recover the loss from Stefan, though?
I don't know. Like, he had a lot of impact on tactics creating, shot calling. He was also a really good damage dealer. It's going to be hard to see. Valgo is a talented player. He's a young player, but Stefan has more experience. He played much more, longer and tougher matches. So we're going to see how will this team sit in this season.
I mean, I think they can still... I mean, Kazna crew are keeping a lot of their core members, so they can still... I mean, their Season 2 compared to Season 1, they were really strong in Season 2. Regular season, everything went well. Only kind of, like, died at grand finals. They had a really strong showing for season finals. They went up head-to-head against
Everything
Ding.
was strong until that grand finals. Then just... I don't know what happened.
It was one of their best seasons by far, so they can still do great. Will the Foch 155 be used in WGL?
I don't
think
think
he
so
means- I
because
think
now
it's a
it's
normal one.
considered the price tank.
It's considered as a special
Yeah.
tank, and we don't
So I
use
don't think
any
so.
special time.
And there's
so-
no you wouldn't really use it over the new one, would you?
It's like having I don't know M60 or something. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like. I'm not. Is this question? Is this question made for us?
What is
Are
this?
wait.
we gonna?
Player cams this season, they want to see another Carry Barry dance. Who did Carry Barry dance with? I'm sure he was dancing with somebody.
I don't know, man. You watch Ducky stream all the time. You tell me.
Did you see him do that? Carry
Oh.
Barry dancing?
All I know is
Oh, you know,
I was the
Hey, Macarena?
anonymous victor chosen by anonymous judges, which I can't provide the names of because they're
Anonymous?
obviously
Anonymous, unverified sources. best
yes,
sources?
because they're obviously like trying to stay in the secret. But I think the score was like 10 for me, like 1 for Barry. So
I think the one that Barry won then was because you clearly didn't know how to dance for YMCA.
do I look like I'm 35?
Wow, Barry's not 35 either, but he knew the dance.
He has the soul of a 35-year-old.
Okay.
Wow. You're so defensive, man. Just embrace it.
Just get out there, yeah. Now, that was Krasnodar. Now, moving on to Oops. Oops has had a bit of a change as well.
Well, that seems like every season with Oops, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Every
you can
season
never-
with
you
Oops,
can never
it's
stay
a new
consistent.
lineup. They had it last season already, and we thought that that was going to be the season where they show it. It was a little bit of a failure in the long run. Disappointing performance at the season finals. Better at the grand finals,
Yeah.
though. But now adding Creator, who was in Fame 7v7 team.
Basically
Yes.
carried them, didn't he?
Yeah, he's very good. I expect a lot of big things from him.
Raging and Kerov that were playing in out of range.
Well, Raging's been around for a long, long time.
Yeah, but they
Raging
didn't
was
play
actually-
anything active in Gold League recently, so they were playing silver teams and so on. So we're gonna see how will this team go, how will they fit in together and so on. I mean, these guys know each other. They're not like new to each other, that's for sure.
By the way, I've noticed that this is almost like a mainly Polish lineup starting to become one.
Yeah, with some French
Well,
experience.
Milan said he's not going to play, so there's that.
Milan's
I
going
don't
to be like
think-
a super sub.
I think
that's a big
Silence.
loss.
I think Silence was a
Kamil-
sub as well.
Kamil, Decha,
Kamil, Decha, Miloš, Raging, Kerov.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's starting to turn a bit
Especially because
Polish.
Milan and
Polska,
Silence.
Polska.
Silence and Insane.
Miloš and Silence won't play. I mean, Mailand and Silence won't play. That's what they said
Silence
on their
is
Facebook.
Okay, wow. So they're
So they're
both-
reserves.
okay. And then Savage Squad. This is a huge roster. This was, going back to the question we got
No.
asked earlier on, this was previously, no, sorry, this had the place of Fame 7v7.
No affiliation.
So
And
this
some players have stayed on.
This
Well-
is what
was
you guys
Fame.
asked. They actually won over GRS, so that's how they got into the league. But their key players are missing.
Which
Okay.
I do want to point out, we have a 3v3 European champion in that lineup. The Belgian team, the best
Okay.
3v3 team in the world. Motten expecting amazing things because he's a champion after all.
So
You're
he
not blowing
decided
your own
to
trumpet
advance
there,
and
Dak, you know?
taking
No?
the Gamescom Championship is not enough. Now it's time for Gold League.
Exactly.
It's a normal progression.
I mean, he's learned everything from me, so
Is it
I
true
think
that,
he's
is it
ready.
true that Morton carried you to the 3v3 championship? That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So you basically just turned up and Morton carried.
Sure
Well,
thing, dude.
what's important for this team, guys? Like from the lineup, they actually won against GRS. From the 7 guys, you have only 4 left. The 3 guys that are considered the key ones, Maistora, Maresca, and Creator, are gone Creator in Oops. Maistora, Maresca will not play. They even lost some of the replacement players, so the only ones left, I think, Raven, Alpha.
Raven and Alpha,
Alpha,
can
Z,
we
Z,
bring
and Freedom.
Z, yeah. If I
Well,
actually have a
they
look
did
at
add-
We will
Savage Squad
recognize
again.
that from Legend, probably, guys.
They did add Storm
Yes.
from GRS, so
Yes, have a
don't
look
forget
at
about
Savage
that.
Squad, because Savage Squad's worth talking about. There is a lot of like things here with Savage Squad. There's a lot of, I mean, names if people play Clan Wars, they'll know the players.
They've added Danny from GRS,
Feast
Thor
of
from
Fexa, have
GRS.
you played before?
There's a lot of
Fitzer
like
was
if you look
Yeah.
at these names, there's a lot of experience. Obviously, for the guy that asked, K1 is still in the team. Feaster has this
Mhm.
experience. Storm has
Agorni
experience.
from the
Zed,
Wild Bunch.
Danny, Agorni, Raven also was in Penta at one point.
Yeah, and
s-
Kneckebrud.
Yeah, so there's a lot of experience in this team. Now, if it's going to be working under the leadership of Danny,
Yeah, it's gonna be every
Let-
experience for
let's-
itself, or
let's
it's gonna
find
be
out.
experience working. We're gonna see that.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Whenever it happens, the new teams that come into the Gold Series are generally the ones favoured to drop out just because it's a different level now that they're playing at.
Like I've never seen super successful team that comes from silver to the gold, except in America, because dreams come true there. But in here, we live in reality,
yeah,
so the main goal for the new teams is to survive and then progress over the time.
True, true. Now, Utopia.
There's a
There is
change.
no Rutopia anymore.
Yeah.
Here, you can see there is a lack of 3 Russian players, Rulezi, Kolesoid, gone.
And Dynamo.
Brakar, even NFC Dynamo. We don't really know exactly where they went. Rulezik was playing a game with Nomen Nomen.
Yeah.
On
But he
CS
got knocked
server,
out by
and
Maga.
Yeah, he got knocked out by Maga, who played for Impact Gaming. For the rest of the guys, we're not sure yet where they are. We're going to look up. Zmika, you can maybe recognize. He was in Swift. And then we have a couple of guys who are not really, I would say, known to the people.
Steroids is a very good random player. Also
where
a very...
Where have I saw the name Steroids?
Yeah,
from your stream or something?
Yeah,
or?
he's a very good RD player, very well all-round player as well.
He was in strong CMK team, I remember.
Yeah, he was, but he's like a really good RD player, which might help them in the current meta where there might be some RD.
For Papa
But he's also a good all-round player. So
not much info about these guys. Never Carry was even at one point in Lucky Kuraki, but that was also all long ago. We will see how this team fit in. At the moment, when you look at this lineup, it doesn't say, okay, we are bursting with power like in last season.
Yeah.
So I don't know how will they sink in. Maybe it will be a good change for them to not be a mixed team anymore. But we shall see. We shall see.
New team that came up.
Who cares? We can just skip this. Nobody cares.
Well, this is basically Rage Quit, if you remember the guys from the previous season, renamed into this. They have a lot of people from there, like Remek #1, Senti, Pure Skill, Halu, and the guy that's called Andrzej now, that's actually Cactus. You remember him, we were picking him in Fantasy League a lot of time.
Yeah.
So they have new guys here. Sisa. I would say he's the guy from Belarus. He was playing in Brainstorm, so he's the biggest addition they have here. The rest of the guys are, I don't know. Senti was out of range, actually. Yeah.
It's kind of a mix of a lot of players who've dropped out of the league. So
well, they did win silvers, so I mean...
Pashka
was
they
in
did come
Rusty
through.
roster.
True, they did
Pashka
come
was
through.
in Rusty roster, so that's where he came from. I really don't know much about the rest of them.
I mean, this is a real question to see how they can put up right against the other teams. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not. It really depends. Like, they have experience, can it work? We'll have to see that throughout the season. But like, I hope both Savage Squad and Who Cares can actually put up a fight. Are you gonna have the? Wait, I've already seen this question. I'm not dancing against Swift Motion again production. Not again.
Since it's been asked for twice, we'll maybe get it set up for the season finals if Go Hard are able to qualify.
Okay, I'm down with that.
We'll have a Daki Swift Motion dance-off on stage.
Dude, I don't want to humiliate him in front of all those people.
But we do.
I'd love to see it.
We would actually pay tickets for it.
If Go Hard...
here we go.
If Go Hard take top 2 during the online season, I'll do a dance of a berry at the LAN finals.
It's on internet, so it cannot be forgotten.
Did you say if they take top 2?
At the online, during the online stage.
So if they finish... Well, okay.
I think there is very high chance.
I was going to say, that's almost easy money.
You're going to dance.
Almost
Just start
easy
practicing.
money.
Just start practicing, man. No.
I've seen them. You need to practice. You need to practice.
Wow. The Dead Zone will get a dance-off as soon as you're a main player in Oops.
Going to next subject.
He deserved that one. He deserved that one, okay?
Now, that's pretty much the team's predictions. How do you think it's going to go down this season?
I really think Go Hard's going to end like 8.
I'm gonna do my usual. I'm gonna say I think. Well, in my head, I'm saying Ding because they had such a strong season last season. But in my heart, I would like Go Hard to do it because I'd like a little upset. I'd like not an upset, but I'd like a change because Ding have been dominant for a long time. Go Hard have always been this like in the shadows, the potential team. I'd like to see them see that potential basically.
Ding was always more constant team. They have one strong reinforcement. Only one player changed, so I think they will still have a slightly upper edge. So I think if anywhere it will be decided, it will be on LAN finals between Go Hard and Ding. But online stage, I think it will be 1 and 2 Ding, then Go Hard.
It depends who can surprise us during the online stage as well, you know. Maybe
maybe surprises go everywhere.
Yeah, but maybe somebody's like really good this season. Like maybe Oops is like amazing this season and can challenge for those top 3 positions.
Dude, the Suba was surprising much more stronger enemies all the time. Rage Quit was doing the same with some crazy tactics and rushes. So all the things are possible, but in consistency, these teams should be the best this season.
Daki, you still sticking with Savage Squad?
I'm going for, well, I would say Niels, my homie, but he turned from Creator 31 into Traitor 31. So I'm going to have, I'm sticking with Ding Dudes.
Pretty much.
Do you think, and then going through, I mean, it's not really our region, but getting through to the finals, do you think they're going to have a good chance against other regions?
We have to see how the other teams fit in now. Like, we know that Navi is not Navi anymore, they're Rush, so we'll see what's their motivation this season. Tornado last grand finals, they were just another level. I really don't know. If they play again on that level, I don't know who will go up against them. I simply don't know. I simply don't know. Like, that was so dominant and beautiful to watch. I haven't seen something like that in a while.
It was gut-wrenching in a way, because you were so happy for Ding to get to that final stage. You wanted them to put on a really good showing, and at the same time, you're just like, wow, this is a Tornado show. Let's sit back and watch, you know?
It was the most aggressive player I've seen, and it just worked every time because they're just so good. But still, we have our champions that will go against them, so we have to root for them.
I mean, for me, it's curious to watch APAC right now. I don't know if you paid attention to it, but we have like...
Yato's now.
Yeah, we have like Yato coming in APAC, EL Gaming in APAC, and then there's this one team, 7 Pirates or something, I think it is, that has some old, well, some EL members in it as well, like people like Wang Ren. So I want to see what...
7-Up, yeah.
I want to see what like team efficiency can do.
They can't do much now because I think they have problem with internet in Australia.
Because the cable broke.
There is a slight cable issue that was cut in the ocean, so they have,
Typical
I don't know, last
Australians,
time I
man.
spoke with them, like 300 ping.
Typical Australians, they only put 1 cable.
Well,
they're like,
their matches are delayed so
job's
far,
done.
so I hope it will solve.
They're like 1 cable, they're going home. They're like...
I don't think it's purely just down to the Australians, Daki. It's their choice to put
It's
one
like
cable
literally
down.
this size of a cable.
That's 1 cable. It's not like that.
Maybe they should get
Elfish
Elfish guy to sub for him. He's probably a better player than Safa anyways.
Oh, actually, that's a point. We actually had some bonus codes that were available for people, so we can announce those winners of the bonus codes, which I cannot remember what was on. I think it was just premium days. From what I remember.
Well, there you go.
No way that Derp wins these. This is rigged. This is rigged.
Congratulations, Derp.
Derp,
Carrots.
let's put it like this. If you use this code, I'm unmodding you from my channel.
You're never going to know if you use the code or not.
One more important thing we forgot. There is one more important thing we forgot. Many guys asked us, will there be Silver Series?
Ah, yes.
That is true.
Yes,
and one more thing after that as well.
Oh, secret surprises.
Yeah.
There will be a Silver Series, but official announcement will be on Wednesday, so we can't talk about it. You just have to stay tuned for that, guys.
Also, because obviously this season we have Fantasy League again. And if you want to take on the undefeated champion, which was me last season, undefeated, whatever, you lost. You were the
You catched me out there.
This is a winners stream, so I'm going to stick with Mojo because we were top 2.
That's how you're going to put your arm around him. I was wondering when you were going to do that.
What? Just like...
It just went there, man. Smoothly, right?
Hi.
I know why you're going in real life, man. Don't be another one. Okay?
Lower.
Too much bro.
Let's scratch me back
Too much bro power here.
But yeah, so the Fantasy League is back, so you can challenge us on there again.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how
Daki
hard...
will be running 3 teams, probably.
A test team, a real
test
team,
a real team, yeah. And whatever team
I'm not caring, but this is my real team.
Didn't I win with both my teams?
No, you only won 1. As long as we all beat Wojtek, that was kind of the goal, you know.
Well, it would not be the first time.
You mean Wojtek with randomly picking players and... Whoa, look at this! This is happening,
this was our league admin who knew before us who was playing in the teams and still managed to pick people who were not playing that weekend.
You take a talent for that.
Fantastico. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much us for this evening,
We're going to do this every second week, though.
That's true. Every second Monday, so we're not going to do one next Monday. But the following Monday, we'll have another show. Same again. We're not going to be talking about pretty much everything we've already talked about. What we're going to be doing more then is just talking about the matches that have just happened. I'm looking forward to the previous matches.
Well, it depends on all the stuff that happens.
We're just going
you
to
never
talk
know.
whatever comes interesting.
True. And we'll take a lot of questions from chat as well. The big reason for doing this is because when it comes to the actual show days now on Thursday, Friday and Sunday, it's going to be straight into the games. We're not going to have like a half hour before the matches start. It's going to be just, hey, here's the matches that we're going to be playing. Here's playing today. Let's get on. Let's get it on.
Can you mute your microphone?
Should just
while we're
tune in,
running?
guys, because the shows should be much faster now. There is a lot of changes graphically.
Try
Watch
me.
you see
I'll
that.
backhand you.
I
Oh
will.
my God.
I will slap
I'll
you
get
into
Mojo
the
to
wall.
follow up. Mojo will hit you with a lullaby and you'll be asleep.
I love
what
my
it's
hand too
called.
much to hit someone. Come on,
Mojo
man.
has to leave his fists when he goes in a door at a nightclub. He's not allowed in with them. Offensive weapons, dangerous weapons.
Sure thing, dude.
Right, that is us for this evening. Anything else you guys want to say before we go? Careful now, Dad.
No, not really. Nothing that I can like really say out loud. So
I would just say tune in Thursday, 7 o'clock. Watch these two bozos stream cast.
Whoa!
Do whatever.
Whoa! Bozo? Okay. Ooh,
Bobo
we'll
and
take
Bozo.
that. We'll take that. We should have a bow tie bet. Well, first bow tie bet, actually.
What's with your bow tie bets, man?
Because he
He
looks...
You
just-
just
he-
want to get
he
bow
just-
ties
he
because
just
you're
likes them.
intentionally
He wants
losing
to
all the
wear
time.
them.
Actually,
He
we're not
wants an
going
excuse
to
for wearing
do
them.
bow tie bets because I bought the majority of bow ties last
Yeah,
season.
because you're losing all the
I
time.
ended up going home with like a bucket load of bow ties, and I didn't have to wear them all the time. Daki wore them more often than not.
I sacrifice myself for the greater good. Honestly, that's what I am. I'm
Actually,
I'm
it was
just a caring
you that
person.
wore one at the end of the last season.
It was just a bad bet at a bad moment. Come on, man. It happens in life. You
all
know,
I
you
wanna
make
s-
mistakes.
All I want to say is I'm just a very caring person. You know, I have a big heart.
Big
Goes
heart.
out to the chat. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like I lose bets on purpose.
You're fishing
That's
for
wh-
something here.
I lose bets on purpose. I
Really?
give the people what they want.
Is that? Did you lose a bet in that stream when you were drinking? Yeah. No.
I don't even know.
I
What
don't know what you're talking
I don't
about.
know what
Let's
you're
close the show.
talking
It's time to go.
Sure. Okay, see you guys on Thursday at 7 o'clock. It'll be me and Daki hosting the first matches of the season. So tune in then, and thanks for watching, guys.